YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about the official submitted bid of Josh Harris and company for the Washington Commanders and how this may be the beginning of the official end of Dan Snyder. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So notice how I said the beginning of official end. Okay, the beginning of end for Dan Snyder was way back in November, but up until this point, it's been all speculation of who is submitting bids, who is the front runner to buy this team. So many billionaire names have been in and out of the hat to buy this team, but today is the first time we officially got a submitted bid and the name put out there. And the name that it is a name that we have been hearing has been a front runner of this team, of buying this team. Now, this is that the fact that it's coming from a person that has been tagged along this whole process makes me feel like he's the guy. He's the guy, because for about a couple months now, and for me personally, I would say probably a couple weeks now, has been where I started to feel like, okay, this guy specifically and his company is the front runner, and I believe they're going to end up buying this team. Okay, I know a lot of guys and girls out there fans of this team, wanted it to be Jeff Bezos and whatnot, but this guy has always been in the front runner. So let me go ahead and read the official post according to Washington Today on Instagram. It says the Josh Harris and Mitchell Rouse group, which now includes Magic Johnson, officially has submitted a fully financed bid that meets Dan Snyder's $6 billion asking price per Adam Schefter. That is huge, because yesterday, you guys know, I made a video on where it was a report that came out that said the Washington Commanders sale wouldn't happen next week, and you had Jerry Jones come out and say something about it too, about how the Commanders sale wouldn't happen this time, this week or next week. But then the following day, you have this. This is the beginning of the official beginning of the end for Dan Snyder, because now that we know that who's officially submitting bids, and it's something that Dan Snyder, it's an actual price of what Dan Snyder wants, I believe Josh Harris and company is going to be the new owners. It's only a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't want to celebrate too much right now, because, again, I'm not celebrating until it officially says the Washington Commanders have been sold. 100% of the Washington Commanders have been sold to Josh Harris and company. Josh Harris, as we know, owns the New Jersey Devils in the NHL, and I believe they're one of the best teams in the NHL. He also owns the Philadelphia 76ers, and obviously we know they're a top seed in the Eastern Conference in the NBA. So with him, if he in fact does buy the Washington Commanders and it becomes official, I wonder what his kind of strategy is. Now, if I'm looking at how he carried with the 76ers, he doesn't seem too much to be a big spender. Now, I'm not a 76ers fan. I'm not a diehard like NBA fan anymore. Like I don't keep up with it every single night like I once did. But looking at the 76ers, it seems like there's the same kind of unit, obviously led by Joel Embiid. I mean, and then when you have a superstar of that caliber, you don't really need to, get free agents as much. I mean, then they make a trade for James Harden. I know James Harden is alongside Joel Embiid, but I believe they made a trade for him from Brooklyn maybe last year or so. So, I mean, under Josh Harris, you may get a couple trades or two or whatever. but it doesn't seem to me like he's a big spender. But again, it could change. All right, that's the NBA, the NHL, the NFL is different in some aspects. So maybe he comes here and he becomes a big spender. Now I don't know what kind of owner we're getting in Josh Harris. I don't know how the fans of the 76ers and the New Jersey Devils view Josh Harris. But again, like I said multiple times, Josh Harris, as I'm looking his name up here to see if I can find any more information on him, Josh Harris cannot be no worse than Dan Snyder. Okay. Like I mentioned before, he owns two professional teams already, so that's a good background, because now he knows how to basically run organization, and not just one but two, and both of them are pretty successful right now. I don't keep up with hockey like that, but I know the New Jersey Devils have a young superstar on their team. Since he's a businessman and investor, he's a co-founder of Apollo Global Management in 1990, and now one of the world's largest assets management firms. Harris is also a co-founder of Harris Blitz Sports and Entertainment, a sports holding company that owns the Philadelphia 76ers of the National Basketball Association and the New Jersey Devils of the National Hockey League. Among other ventures, he is also a general partner of Crystal Palace FC and the English Premier League. His net worth was estimated to be around $7 billion in March of 2023. So he actually is an investor of a soccer team too, and in the English Premier League. So he has a ton of experience with owning teams and being a part of ownership groups that is investing in teams. So I'm pretty confident in his ability to be able to, have a successful organization, as I once mentioned, or twice mentioned, I guess you would say already, is that he has two successful teams right now in the 76ers and the NBA, and in the New Jersey Devils, in NHL. So I firmly believe that if he becomes this owner and he's the one that Dan Snyder sells his team to, Washington is going to be in good hands. Now, again, that's not saying much, because anybody getting this team is going to be better than Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder is literally the lowest of the low. It can't get no worse than him. So I know that's not saying much, but I'm pretty confident that Josh Harris and company, and Magic Johnson being attached to it, he has history with the Lakers, obviously, and the Dodgers. So Magic Johnson being attached to it, that's just another name that could, obviously make this more hype, because obviously Magic Johnson is a huge public figure and name in the sports world. So it's definitely exciting. Now again, I don't know. To me, Josh Harris seems like a hands-off owner, which I prefer. I don't want an owner like Dan Snyder, who is trying to be all in, make the moves like he once did with Dwayne Haskins. I let the people you hire do their job. Okay, let them do their job. That's what you paid them for. That's what you put your trust in them for, is to just be an owner. So I hope Josh Harrison, and that's the vibe that I get. Again, I'll do more research on him. Officially do more research on him if he in fact officially named in print, put it on paper that he's officially the owner. It seems like that is the case right now, because he's the only person named to be put out there that officially submitted a bid, and he's been the front runner for the past couple months now. So it seems like Josh Harris and company is going to be the owners. But again, until it's officially put out there on paper, I'm not going to do a deep dive into his history and how he is as an owner. I can only speculate right now. But again, what I feel from somewhat watching the 76ers here and there, he seems like a hands-off owner. Doesn't seem like he's too toxic in a way. It seems like his work culture is pretty good, and that's a big thing here in Washington. Is the work culture has been terrible. The culture in general has been terrible. Ron Rivera has done a dang good job switching that around. So hopefully Josh Harris comes in and he only adds to that. Now it's going to be interesting to see what he does first, okay? Because Dan Snyder is in debt, really, right? I believe he took out a $55 million loan, as we know, with the unapproval of the minority owners. So he's in debt right now. So as we know, some of these guys like Deron Payne hasn't been able to get their signing bonuses and stuff like that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he does first. I know know it's probably unfortunate, but he has to expect it. That as soon as he buys the team, he has to pay off. He has to invest in his new players that he just bought, I guess you would say, right? So he has to do that. I'm interested to see if he is going to invest money into Cameron Curl all already, or is he going to be like, hey, I just got here, man. I want to see how these guys are going to play first before I even start dishing out bonuses, like not bonuses but new contracts. But then Ron, depending on how much power that he gives Ron Rivera, Ron could be like, hey, Mr. Harris and whatnot, I know you're new here, but these guys been working their tail off. Trust me, you want me to make a wrong investment, and then in these guys by extending them, and then Ron Rivera is going to be now under the microscope of evaluation. This is a big year for Ron Rivera, man. This is the audition year for Ron Rivera, because now having a new owner is going to be like, all right, bro, if you don't do good here, I got to move on and get a guy, because you're not my guy. I didn't hire you. So you got to prove to me that you deserve to be here in Washington as my head coach. If not, I'm going to get you out of here. So it's going to be interesting to see how things shape out. But right now, officially, Josh Harris and company with that is tagged along with Magic Johnson has officially submitted a bid of around $6 million for the Washington Commanders, and that is something that Dan Snyder wanted. So let me one more time read the official report by Washington today about the official bid that was placed by Josh Harris. The Josh Harris / Mitchell Rouse group, which now include Magic Johnson, officially have submitted a fully financed bid that meets Dan Snyder's $6 billion asking price per Adam Schefter. So there you have it. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. As always, it's me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. See you guys next time. I'm out. Peace. Cost me one time, that's gonna get you pop, get you driving, slide on the one where they get you lost on.